Cześć wszystkim, z tej strony SG, a ja zapraszam Was na kolejny odcinek z mojej serii. Okej, wracamy do gry. Dla Was to już zupełnie nowy odcinek, dla mnie to zaledwie chwilowa przerwa.
Alright, down we go.
Kontynuujemy zadanie. Się zwie. Kuźnia Zimy. Jesteśmy w środku kaldery Yellowstone. Właściwie to kompleksu, które miało stymulować tą kalderę. Stymulować dziwnie brzmi. Regulować bardziej. Prowadzone przez sztuczną inteligencję o nazwie Cyan. Jak cyjan, jak ten barwnik. No dobrze. Maszyny.
Should be able to clear that with an arrow.
Metal, fire and lightning. This is a place of machines, not people.
I'm with you, brother. We'll stay only as long as we have to.
We'll need to get past that vent. Stay here until I find a way for all of us to cross.
Understood.
Nie lubiły ogień.
Start.
Go team. Go team. Okay. Czy to była jedyna czujka? No to wygląda. Ja bym sobie na pewno wziął to. Trochę więcej poszukał tych rzeczy. Ale są tylko jedno.
I'll have to go over. Time this right.
Teraz.
These conveyors should get me across.
No.
She's in the air.
I had a shot at that vent.
zawód.
We'll wait for you to show us the way.
This should get me up there. Does.
Tak szybko w tym momentu.
Looks like I need to get across to extend the bridge. Okay, let's get them across. Come on over, it's safe, I think.
Jeżeli zgubił aurę, a tak się powoli. Strasznie tu ciemno, przydałaby się jakaś latarka. Jakby fokus był latarką, to było fajnie. No niby on działa jak latarka w pewnych momentach, ale wtedy, kiedy nie trzeba.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be before the demon ruined it.
Okay.
What is this?
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs. It has reconfigured this facility to build hostile facility. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to this.
Spirit speaks to us.
It's a recording. And a warning. Hephaestus. It was part of Dawn, part of Gaia.
This man?
Yes, but I don't know what it's doing here. Maybe you're right. Let's keep moving.
I thought about just shutting it down, but I can't risk it being disoriented or even damaged on reboot. How do you tell the emotional equivalent of a child that I mean, she will need to go
I'll try to find a way through.
Okej, najpierw sobie zobaczmy, co my mamy. Mamy ogniarzy, trójki, kilka krabułazów w większej ilości. Ogniarze chyba są największym problemem. Tam też jakieś są bariery, prawdopodobnie jeżeli się czują zagrożeni, te bariery spadną. Dobra, nie szarżować, to na pewno.
You'll do.
Nie szarżować. Tu jest mało miejsca. Ten ogniarz będzie największym zagrożeniem. Mało miejsca. Trzeba go jak najszybciej wyeliminować. Tam jest drugi. Z ich dwóch. Jeszcze jeden już mam. Muszę się dostać do tamtych drzwi, ale żeby tam dojść, musiałbym pałac się niepokoił. Myślę, co by tu zrobić. Pewnie w pogotowiu strzały zamrażające. Na pewno tutaj wolał walczyć z góry. Miny denerwujące. O, już skoczył. Jak widzicie? Ani chwili spokoju. Dobrze? No, kolego. O! Dobra, jednego mam w głowie. Głowę. Teraz zostają pomniejsze. Jest tu coś jeszcze? Wygląda na to, że nie.
I need to get Araya and Nora talk across.
Czyli strój jednak wytrzymał. tamci na górze załatwili. No dobra. Takie rozwiązanie też mnie satysfakcjonuje. Takie rozwiązanie też mnie satysfakcjonuje. Najważniejsze, że przeszliśmy dalej. A to, że nie było to czysto, cóż, bywa. Gdzie życie? Gdzie życie? Sobie weźmiemy zapasy. O, mamy praktycznie 100%, nie to dobrze. Widz, żeśmy specjalnie na tym nie stracili. A już mamy środki, żeby się podleczyć dodatkowo. Znaczy poszukał jakiegoś węzła może? Tu jest. Teraz powinno otworzyć most.
Did you do it?
This fight won't be the last.
Co, mamy jeszcze jakieś... Czy nie? Idziemy dalej.
Now it's my turn.
Okej. Ocena MI, nie? MI. Klasyfikacja inteligencji sztucznej, no tak. Bliżej. Wiecie, co mi to przypomina? To podłoże. Strasznie mi to przypomina. W Mass Effectie Andromeda były takie... Też jakieś pradawnych ruiny czy coś. Właśnie też takie. Geometryczne takie z różnymi takimi wzorami i tak dalej. Bardzo, bardzo to przypomina właśnie. Remnant chyba się nazywa, nie?
And another console.
Wezmę, żeby uzupełnić zasoby. Mam wszystko. Dobra, lecimy dalej.
To any human responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us.
It's been looking for a way to defeat the daemon, and it may have found one.
Rój.
November 28th. Operation Enduring Victory is all over the news. The Pharaoh swarm is coming. Has to be what Anita is trying to hide Firebreak from. But that means she thinks we'll lose. That the scenario, pretty much everyone dies. Everyone except Cyan.
Machine parts. Dumped here to be melted down. Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
Yeah. Looks like I'll have to go over.
O. Żyraf. Żeby przejść górą, muszę przejść dołem. Zobaczmy, czy uda mi się ją zaskoczyć. I udało się. Więc coś tu mamy. Okej.
Go sideways too.
Yeah. Przejdziesz tu. To się cyka. Jeszcze jedna. Ale wysoko zobaczyć. Nie chroni chwilę. No dobrze. Dajcie mi pomyśleć chwilę. A, przejść. No nie wiem. Nie wiem. Dlatego, że tu już byłem. Że nie byłem. Nie wiem. Byłem tu, czy nie byłem?
All right, time to grab a ride.
Okay. Mam co? Trzeba.
The others will have a lot easier time getting here.
This looks like the old path. We're close now.
Kolejne nagranie.
One last exchange for Nina. Via chat attached to this entry in case Nina never finds us. I'll never see her again. Neither will Cyan. And I've got to tell her that too.
Okej, no to muszę to przeczytać w takim razie. Dziennik osobisty. Jak już poskładałem do kupy wszystko na temat roju, mogłem zrobić milion rzeczy. Rozmyśleć o śmierci, skontaktować się ze wszystkimi, których znałem i kochałem, upić się Ale oczywiście jak to? Ja obsesyjnie myślałem, czy napisać do Anity. Jeśli jest montowana jakaś obrona przed maszynami, to ona w tym bierze udział, więc nie mam prawa jej przeszkadzać. Zresztą czy w ogóle mogłaby odpowiedzieć? Jeżeli pracuje dla wojska, to chyba jej korespondencja podlega cenzurze. Ale sama oszczędziła mi kłopotu. Muszę przyznać, że trochę rozczarowało mnie, że jej wiadomość nie zawierała "zawsze będę cię kochać", zamiast tego chciała dostać próbki poufnych logów Cyan, te zawierające reakcje emocjonalne. W każdej innej sytuacji bym odmówił. Jedyna rzecz, którą od lat trzymaliśmy w sekrecie, a ona chce ją ujawnić? Ale przesłałem jej te logi, bo przecież by nie prosiła, gdyby nie jej potrzebowała. Chociaż nie rozumiem po co. Wygląda, jakby konstruowała sztuczną inteligencję, ale jak to mogłoby powstrzymać rój? Chyba nigdy się nie dowiem. Tyle rzeczy chcę jej powiedzieć, ale nie byłoby to w porządku. Ona ma pewnie pełne ręce roboty przy ratowaniu świata i prawdę mówiąc pamiętam, jakie to uczucie. Na koniec zadowoliłem się nieudolnym potwierdzeniem bezpodstawnie licznic, że rozwieje moje lęki. Tak, jasne. Kenny, czy jest tak źle, jak myślę? Gorzej. Pobądź trochę z siostrą i przekaż Cyan moje pożegnanie. I tyle. Czeka nas kataklizm nie do opisania. Miliardy żyć, życie moje, mojej rodziny, a i tak mój umysł wciąż wraca do Anity. Nigdy jej już nie zobaczę, nie poczuję jej dotyku, nie usłyszę głosu, nie będzie ostatniego uścisku zakończenia. Potrzeba zakończenia spraw jak należy zawstydza mnie, kiedy myślę o rozterkach związanych z Cyan. Przemyślałem każdy scenariusz, każdą wersję przemowy, próbując powiedzieć jej reakcji, kiedy jej to powiem, to co muszę jej powiedzieć. Ale w tym rzecz, że nie potrafię przewidzieć jej reakcji z jednego prostego powodu. Jest ludzka pod właściwie każdym względem. Muszę przy niej być, dać jej to, czego potrzebuje, tak jak każdemu z nas co najmniej tyle jej się należy. No, kolega chyba za mocno zaczął traktować, za bardzo uczłowiecza sztuczną inteligencję. Ale z drugiej strony trudno mu się dziwić, jak typ siedział tu praktycznie cały czas samotny, odcięty od świata. Taki trochę niemy bohater. No bo jeszcze wcześniej miał tu jakąś kobietę, tą Anitę, ale ona odeszła. A typ został i nagle dowiaduje się, że za kilka miesięcy świat się skończy. No cóż. W przyszłości. Od Isla Perry. Czyli koleżanki zabiły tego dyrektora.
Voice of the demon. The altar. Desecrated.
O nie, znowu ta zagadka. Nie cierpię tak. Dostęp do Cyan. No nic.
There is no blue light here. Is a spirit present, or only the demon?
I think it's both. But we have to find out.
Pełzły. Jeszcze raz. Czy może nie będzie trzeba ustawiać tych węgłów? Nie, niestety trzeba. Byłoby za łatwo. No dobra. Skąd idą... Skąd idzie światło? Idzie światło, idzie... Z jest. Obróć.
Possible security threat detected.
Possible, you say. Z. Coś tutaj nie bangla.
Analyzing scrutiny matrix.
Nie w tą stronę.
Security threat confirmed.
I co z tym zrobisz? Co z tym zrobisz, kolego? Co? Masz security threat. Coś pochrzaniłem na początku. Dobra, czekajcie. Węzeł wychodzi stąd. Dobra. Ty powinieneś. Może powinieneś tak. Następnie powinieneś tak. Teraz się rozgałęzią. Pasowało absolutnie. Cyk. Nie. Nie.
Preparing countermeasures.
What kind of countermeasures?
Recapture protocol initiated.
Done.
It worked.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Spirit of the blue light. It's Aurea. Your servant. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core camp. I will try to raid the technical strength. One has been exposed, but I am
Unauthorized protocol returned. Scheduled task.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
And what will happen to the spirit if we do?
I don't know. But I think that's the core. The answers are down there. Hephaestus. The daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself. But I already know the answer. Then lead us into battle.
Okej, przeszło mi to znacznie łatwiej niż myślałem. A nie jestem fanem tych węzłów. Nie lubię ich po prostu i tyle. Dobra.
Keep moving towards the core.
Idziemy. Idziemy.
Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it.
Dobrze. Znajdźmy jakąś drogę. Na drugą stronę. So far. Nic nie widzę. Chyba, że interesuje cię kąpiel w lawie, no ale to raczej nie o to chodzi. No. Musi być jakaś droga.
I either need to destroy this thing or override it.
Tylko wiesz, potrzebuję się tam jakoś dostać. A tekstury, oświetlenie ogólnie tego miejsca jakoś specjalnie nie pomagają. Niby jest tutaj tak gorąco, taka wiecie, lawa w ogóle wszędzie. Bar, ciepło. Aha, tu. O. Chwilę mi zajęło, zanim znalazłem dalszą drogę. Z niej dał mi najwięcej sterowania. Jakieś maszyny? Go.
The new unit that Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy. We can't let it stop us.
Take it down!
Maniaczek przywołuje ogniste. Żeby spróbować go schłodzić w całkiem. Całkiem. Jacie. Wtedy wiele mu nie robię. twardy zawodnik, trzeba przyznać. Dużo do roboty.
Another tower! Stop it from repairing the beast!
The pulse gives them energy. Repairs them.
Close. Uwaga! Będzie tym rzucał. Jakie combo. Happy feet, wombo combo. Rzucam.
Don't let her repair the machine!
Jest jakiś pił. Down! Ognisty puzzle. Że pamiętałem, że te sukiensyny tak się właśnie nazywają. Okej.
Critical threat detected. Autonomous defenses inoperative. Rerouting our network.
Maria! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. 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 Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go. Let's go!
One of those?
It's the only way! Give me a top Aratak! Now!
explosive ammo! Above! Quick!
Great Banukai! Rhea is gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the shaman's path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
Okej. Co weźmiemy sobie po drodze tą niebieskierkę. Nie powinno nam to długo czasu zająć. Jesteśmy, omijam te potwory. No, mówiłem, że to nie zajmie nam długo, ale... To jednak zajmie. Trzeba sprawdzić kilka miejsc. Strzałek. Okej, widzę. Mamy jedną. No. Ale. Ostatnio wyczerpał napoje. Tam jest wejście. Robię się, potem nie. Wracam potrzebnie. Parkour to by się mógł zakończyć niedobrze. Parkour to się mógł źle skończyć. Co ty robisz? Nie rób sobie jaj, dobrze? Nie lubię, jak się ze mnie robi jaja.
Slap this blue beam off carefully.
No zabyła. Jeszcze jedna, ale to whatever. Kryjówka Aurei. Czy będzie mi smutno w momencie, gdy skończymy cały Horizon Zero Dawn? Zawsze jest trochę smutno, gdy kończy się dobrą grę, prawda? Każda dobra gra zostawia cię z pewnym takim poczuciem takiej wewnętrznej pustki. Tak było, gdy kończyłem Wiedźmina 3. Tak było, gdy kończyłem Dark Soulsy. Tak prawdopodobnie może być, jeszcze tego nie wykluczam, gdy skończę Elden Ring z dodatkiem, chociaż tego dodatku jeszcze nie mam. Ale jak kiedyś będzie na jakiejś promocji, to sobie na pewno nie omieszkam się w niego zaopatrzyć.
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
Tak jest numer 1, więc może nad tym sobie jeszcze pogadam. Sajan wrócę potem. A dobra, whatever. To nie jest jakieś poboczne, nie? Nie, nie. Jest jedną i drugą osobą, muszę powiedzieć.
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Aurea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan. Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes, it was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
There's a ruin east of here full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you?
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
A benefactor. But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the
scientist?
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth?
Yes. Billions were displaced and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
So things got better. For a little while at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
This Firebreak project. It was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback...
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Maria said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan. I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish she had survived.
Believe me, Cyan. So do I. I found the strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers that look like flowers themselves. There's code embedded inside them. I think it's poetry.
I like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy. Something must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus? Maybe one whose purview is flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
You meant a lot to Araya.
Once I understood Araya's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Araya's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Araya, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with Araya. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just answer what they do ask the best you can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak.
Cyan, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, Cyan. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all blown over. It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chow? Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, Cyan. I don't think so. There might not be anyone, at least not at first.
Dr. Chow, I'm afraid. I don't want to be alone.
I know, Cyan. I'm afraid too. But listen, we made you the way you are to do something very important. In order to do it, you had to be intelligent. So intelligent that emotional responses were inevitable. What you're feeling, the fear, it's a sign of your capabilities. And it means you're strong enough to overcome it. Remember that. You're strong. I know you can do this. Go to sleep, wake up, and protect whoever's left. Will you try?
I understand, Dr. Chow, and I'll carry out your instructions to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, Cyan. If Anita were here, she'd thank you too. She'd be proud.
I can see there's a vert ready for takeoff on the pad. Are you leaving now, Dr. Chow?
Yes. I need to go be with my sister and my nieces.
May I make a small request of you, Dr. Chow?
Yes. Anything.
Will you stay with me while I initiate the hibernation process?
Of course I will, Cyan. As long as you need.
My chieftain,
Just Aloy.
as you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
Because of her, we destroyed the cauldron, forced out the daemon, and saved the spirit. She understood what had to be done.
Yes, and I failed to listen.
You didn't fail.
A shaman should always have the ear of their chieftain. Yet I turned her away, my own sister. I was foolish, but she knew better. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warak can't follow. Besides, it already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tuk has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. His minds on their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. Transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You can stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
Okej. I tak oto kończy się fabuła The Frozen Wild. Co prawda zostaje mi tu jeszcze kilka rzeczy, jak właśnie wyczyścić mapę z proszę państwa, sągnistych pazurów, tutaj takie rzeczy. Misje poboczne, niebieskierki, jest jeszcze Hunting Grounds, które będę chciał zrobić choćby tylko wyłącznie dlatego, żeby dostać achievement na Steamie, bo jest tam taki achievement za ukończenie wszystkich prób w kraju, za zdominowanie żyrafa i za oczyszczenie obozu bandytów. No to już zrobiliśmy oczywiście. Niebieskierka. No. Także jest jeszcze to zadanie. Drżący pod śniegiem. Też ciekawe. To jest chyba jakiś skałokrz, mi się wydaje, taki dość silny. Jeszcze to zadanie. Nie to. Gdzie to jest? Prosto z Kuźni, nie prosto z Kuźni. Było takie zadanie, jeszcze jedno. Sprawiedliwość pograniczna. O. Tu jest. Dobra. Tym akcentem się żegnamy. W następnym odcinku będziemy jeszcze kontynuować te wątki poboczne. Nie wiem, czy to wyrobi się w ciągu jednego odcinka, czy dwóch. No a potem wielki finał. Potem wielki finał Horizon Zero Dawn, bitwa o południk. A gdy skończymy już całe Horizon Zero Dawn, to chyba zabierzemy się za Horizon Forbidden West. Prawdopodobnie, no, Plan był oczywiście, żeby od razu polecieć z serią z God of War Ragnarok, no ale sytuacja jest jaka jest. Gry nie mam, czy już nie mam. Piłem i wróciłem. No nic, no. Może za kilka miesięcy Sony się z tego wycofa i usunie tą wnerwiającą nas wszystkich konto PSN, wymóg konta PSN. A jeżeli nie, już w tej chwili mamy modyfikację na Nexusie, która pozwala to ominąć. Ale tym, że ona tak raz działa, raz nie działa. Niektórym mówią, że działa, niektórym, że nie. Na pewno nie ma się co pchać w to, póki gra kosztuje 260 polskich złotych. To jest bardzo dużo pieniędzy. No więc tak. To by było na tyle. Trzymajcie się, cześć! I to by było na tyle, jeżeli chodzi o ten odcinek. Jeżeli Ci się spodobał, zostaw like, kliknij subskrybuj i uderz w dzwonek, by wiedzieć, kiedy wrzucę nowy film. Do zobaczenia!